Hi, welcome back. This is Angela at Dogwood Paper Arts, and we are here to work on an envelope journal. Now, I really think I probably should show you some of I'll show you this pack that I want to work through. This is the extra pack. Those are the pieces I cut out from the one I've already cut apart. But I wanted to show you what I was using because I said that this was kind of a challenge for me. Meaning not a challenge, but in one way it is, in one way it's... Anyway, Martha said that I should, Martha Maigross. I don't know if I said that, Martha, correctly, but hi. Nice to see you and hear you here. I can't hear you, but I can pretend. Anyway, she said I should try this. I should try an envelope journal. So I'm going to. And then I thought, well, that's kind of a challenge because it challenges me to use the envelopes. And I have junk mail envelopes. But I decided I wanted to use up, I have a bunch of these brown envelopes. I would like to use them. So I'm going to make mine with that this time. And when I make another envelope journal, I'm going to use my other ones. The other challenge I gave myself was that I'm going to use this Stamperia Dream scrapbook paper to make this envelope journal. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to use up all of this paper on this envelope journal, but I want to use as much of it as possible. So I think I better show you the paper I'm talking about. And this is the Stamperia Dream. Of course, it's in my favorite colors. The pinks, the greens, the bluish green. I love it. And here's this page. This is the one I put in the envelope. And the back of it I've put on the back of the envelope. Here's this one. Very pretty paper. I love the splatter look, like it got wet. And here's this one. Now this is some of the extras that came with this kit. Stamperia always has a lot of extras. Be positive, laugh daily, dreams do come true, a kiss to build a dream on, greetings, dreams do come true, for you, special day, believe you can, dream big, with love. And then the back is a solid pink. It also has these large circles. Now, I don't know if I'll use the large circles for this. I could, but I really love the back paper. And I'm sure I will want to use that instead. And this one, I absolutely love this one. Got the little beehive look behind it, and just the beauty of it with the words coming through. And you all know I love words. And here's the other side of it. And then here's this one. Isn't that pretty? I love that one too. Oh, I do, I do, I do. And here's this one. And here's another word one. Now, on the other kit, I cut these all out. So I have a bunch of them to use with this envelope journal. And here are the tags. Oh, let me show you the back of that one. This one. Now, I do have, like I said, 2 of these kits, but I'm only going to use one of them on this envelope thing. I want to see how much of it I can use up. I don't know. Look at the back of that. Oh, beautiful. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Oh, that is so pretty. Really, really luscious. Look at that. It is, it looks so textured. Really, really awesome. And on the back of that, we have some little pin dots. I love little dots. Always pretty. And this one is the pink, and it has some dots, and I really love that one too. But look at that one. It's darker with the little pin dots. Polka dots, pin dots, whatever kind of dots they are. Here is the back page. Now we have taken and cut these off to use as hinges. So, but not on this one, of course. But inside of here is all the pieces that I've cut apart. And I wanted to save them to use. I didn't want my dog to get a hold of them, like this. My dog, my husband just walked in here a few seconds ago, right before I started the video, and said, the dog had this. Thanks, Libby. Looks really nice now. Oh well, it still works. Doesn't look like she chewed it apart. She just guffed it up. Oh boy, dogs. Okay, so we were working on the back of this envelope yesterday. We ended up getting these two pieces added. I need a string here. I wonder what I should use. Let me think about that for a little bit. We don't have to apply it right now. Now I said I was going to cover this with something, and I am, but before I do, we have to put our hinge on. Now I talked about using these as a hinge, or we could use the pink side as a hinge. But I also said that's not going to be strong enough to reinforce a hinge on this flipping and folding, because it's so interesting the way these envelope journals work. They flip and fold a lot, and you're going to want to play with it, so we better make it strong, right? Right. So I pulled out this piece of fabric yesterday. Oh, let's use this side. Oh, it's the pretty side. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Oh, grunge, basic gray maybe. So I do want to use this as part of my hinging system, and I think we will put this over it, but I'm not quite sure yet. So I got to work on that part a little bit. So let's see what we can do here. How wide is this? 1, 2, 2¼ inches. And we only need about 1 inch of it for need about an inch, so we got a half an inch on each side. I'm going to trim this just a little bit long, well, kind of a lot long. See if it'll tear. It probably won't. It's pretty tough material. Oh yeah, tore just fine. It did get skinnier at the bottom. So we have 1 inch up there and a half an inch down here? 3/4. So let's see, this one. I don't suppose that these are But that's okay. That's going to still work. We really only need about 1/4 of an inch when I think about it. There, now look at that. We almost have a tie here now, don't we? We could tie it up there, because remember, I left that one larger. Let's think about that. That's pretty good. Okay. So really, we only need about that much. That would actually do fine. Okay. Now we know this is the back, the outside. And so I have to turn it this way and refigure this out. These have an opening that is going to be here. And I think this one goes on this side. I have to make sure I've got my words right side up. Okay, I think they go that way. Well, I just lost my fabric. Okay, so I always get this part mixed up. Let me flip that to the back so I don't see it. Okay. The hinge needs to be on the back of this too. This is going to flip over like this. So we need that right there. And this one needs to be like that. So we can go ahead, we can put the hinge on this side, or we can put the hinge on the outside. I think the outside would be better. So the way we're going to do that is just flip this over and flip that over. And I know it all looks backwards right now, but it's okay. We'll get there. I'm a little nervous because I'm not sure about making an envelope journal, to be honest with you. So we do want a space in there. A little bit. We don't need a huge one. I can't give you an idea of how to keep that space there while you're trying to cover it. But just remember to do it. Just try. So I do have my timer set this evening, and last night I did not talk for 2 hours like I thought I did. My clock, I set it at 12-hour time, and for some reason the stupid thing reset, and it was on 24-hour time, which my husband normally does. Military, you know. But anyway, I can do the 24-hour time. Almost all of our clocks are set that way. But I wanted my clock in here, in this room, to be on 12-hour time. So 7 o'clock is 7 o'clock. Okay, now I'm going to put that there. I know I have way too much. Let's do what Pam calls the finger tool. And finger tool are, I'm sorry, I'm out of camera. I smoothed the glue down with my finger. Now, that is too long, isn't it? It sure is. Way too long. Oh, that's where I cut it instead of tore it. I cut that top part, but it'll still fray a little bit. Oh gosh, my table is so gluey. Now, because I need to see where this is going to go, because I want that separation there, I am going to, I hope this doesn't go over my window. But if it does, well, we'll just have to figure that out. Okay. I don't care if it covers the window a little bit. Now, we want to be sure that we have that little separation there because we want our book to be able to open and close nicely, even when it's full of stuff. So because I want to put stuff in here, and I know that, I want to make that I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh good, it didn't cover it. I'm trying to decide, do I need one on this side too? And maybe I don't need this. I mean, I kind of wanted it, but because I'm trying to use things up, I could cut it down a little bit here so that this frame shows on the back side. And this could go clear to that window. Or we can just go with the fabric. Look at that. That looks nice, doesn't it? Woohoo! I like it. Okay. Save or toss? Ooh, I hear ya. We're thinking it could be a little snippet piece. I think you're right. We'll save. I'm going to put it right up there because it matches this album. And we might just use it for this album. Okay. Now, because this tore so small there, I'm going to go ahead and give it a little clip and tear a little bit more off of it. And, oh, see what happens? All kinds of weird stuff happens. Yeah. All kinds of weird stuff happens. Yes, yes, yes. Well, if it won't tear like I want it to tear, I'm going to cut it like it might not like to be cut. Okay. Since we know that's really not going to show anyway, might as well just, well, we don't know. It might be going to show. I'll put that fuzzy side over here. Okay. I'm going to run some glue along here. I'll try and stay in camera this time. And it needs to be on this side. Am I in camera? I hope, I hope, I hope. Okay, so like I said, Pam at the Paper Outpost would recommend that you use your finger tool here on your fabric, and I agree. I think that's a really excellent idea because I know from mini albums that glue will often show through your fabrics, so we don't want that. Okay, so we have that up there. Oh, don't stick down yet. I want you to straighten up a little bit. I'd rather you had a wrinkle and were a little straighter. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful fabric. Okay. Well, now I really don't like that edge, because it's really crooked now. It doesn't matter. I'm going to cover it up on that side. I might leave it on the back. I like it on the back. But I think on the front of the envelope, definitely going to change that. I just happened to think, I hope I put my envelope the right side up. What an awful thought. Wouldn't that be awful if it was wrong? Okay. So just kind of smoothing that out there so it does not absorb into a big stain-like thing on the front. And this is going to go this way, correct? Okay. I hope I do it right. Well, you know what happens if I do it wrong? Then it's the right way. I did it the right way anyway. So there's no wrong. There's no wrong and right about this kind of stuff. No wrong and right, no right and wrong. It is just the way it is. Not good enough for me. Okay. Now I suspect that I'm going to need some glue right through there. So let me trim this little piece off right here, if I can, if I know how. You take the scissors, Angela, and you snip, and you snip, and off it comes. And I'm going to put that up there with the other one. It's glued on it, so it just stuck right to it. Okay, I kind of do like that. Little bit of stuff hanging out there. But that could change. I could change my mind at any time. I'm good at that. I wish that I'd have gotten that up a little higher there. Maybe we can push the fabric up a little bit. Okay, so like I said, I think that there's going to be some areas here that I didn't get the glue right to the edge, and I should have worked a little harder at that. So I'm going to try and squeeze a little bit in there. just along the edge. Going to really press it down good. Okay, I think that will work. And of course it went right through. See, you can see it staining through there because I didn't mush it down with my finger. So it did come through as a stain that time. And it will on this side too, but well. Like I said, we can always cover it. Okay. And there it is. Stain a stain. We can always cover that up though. Which we'll probably do now that it's got a big old ugly stain. Of course it might not look so bad, you know. It might just look bad right now. It might dry and just be really neat. It might look like part of the fabric. Okay, there's that one. And it looks like I made it to that one. Looks like I did okay there. Okay, so that's the back. And this folds over like this and like this. Yay! She did it! Okay. Oh my goodness, what a gluey mat. Okay. So, what to do with this side? I kind of do like the fabric on it. You see all that glue that came out there and it just gets kind of brown and gooky. You can take your awl and very gently scrape it off if you want. If you've got some large glue clumps in there that are haunting you. Oh, you know, using the pinking shears would have been good on the other side. What to do? I have some pinking shears. Let me grab them. I think they pink bigger than that. No, that's not them. That's a nice pair of scissors though. Okay, so let's pink off the top there. Ooh, nice. I haven't used these in a long time. And let's pink off the bottom. Now we're going to pink it there to there. There we go. And let's see. We know we want to cut it. What about it only really needs to be about a ½ inch. Because it's only covering that little tiny 1/8 there. Or 16th. So a ½ inch would be like a 1/4 of an inch on each side. Perfect. But I'm just so afraid that won't work. Let's go 3/4. I know. I'm back to measuring. Oh no! Angela, run away. We're not supposed to measure. We're supposed to just be brave and tear your fabric. Well, it didn't tear right before. I know. It'll be okay. We're going to pink it. Go for the gusto, Ange. No, no, I don't want to. No, no. Besides, an eraser frays it very nicely. Look at that. I like that. Ooh. That looks cool. I like that. Will it do it over here on their pinks? It does. Look at that. Oh, I like it. Yeah, it frays it just enough. Cool. I like it. Okay. Glue is trying to glue my scissors closed. Okay. We have to get it to the edge this time. And kind of flatten it out, because we don't really want it to show through as much as it did on the other side. Right? Just going to let that sit for a second. We don't have many more seconds than a second. So I gotta hurry here. But I want to try and get this to the edge. Now, let go. Let go. You have to be a good piece of fabric if you want to be a part of the book. Right. Okay. Okay, that should be pressed down enough to at least make it look okay. Nope. Come here. Come here, my dear. Okay. Did come through a little bit there where I didn't get it rubbed down enough. But you see, what I forgot to do was put my it's going to get covered with fabric anyway. I mean with paper. So I didn't need to worry about the edges anyway. So c'est la vie, because I have to use, can't just use fabric to cover it. No, I have to use the paper. Remember, I have a challenge for myself. Okay. So doubling up on the hinge on this one, because it's the main body here, and we really do kind of want it to stay well here as it kind of holds the whole thing together. So that's why I'm being a little particular about this hinge, and I probably won't be as particular about successive hinges. But this one, I think, needs just a little extra attention, just because of where it is in the scheme of things. Okay. Look at me gluing my table. Can you believe it? It's kind of messy. You know, I'd go for a while and I'd take really good care of it. And then, well, you see, I just don't have time to always, well, I do. That's just a saying, right? But if I took the time to treat my piece nicely, you know, it'll get cleaned anyway. Oh, look at my fingers. Glue everywhere. Okay, so what do we have now? We have the back. Let's flip it back over this way. And let's talk to our paper and tell it we want it to stick down in that groove, or fabric, I should say. If it won't work, then I'm going to peel it off. So just working it down into that groove and hope there's still some glue to grip it, because I still do want it to close this way. Well, it makes it a little harder for it, but I think it's going to be okay. Okay, so I garbaged that one. Yeah, it already feels better. Stuck in my fingers. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it is going to go that way. The double hinging it does make it want to flop open, but as it gets heavier, it will lay down. And if it won't mind, we'll put a little latch on it right here and right here. We can do that, you know, when we cover it. I have latches. Okay, so let's look here. I really love this paper, so I'm going to put it on here. It's going to go, and it can come in actually just a little bit on both sides, not much because I don't have much space there on that one, but it can come in like that. I have to trim this edge off, because that's where it was stuck in the pack, and so it has glue on that side, and I want to get the little hard glue bits off the edge so it's smooth. Let's see, words need to go upright, Angela. Oh, and I do like that dark there. Okay, so we know that this is going to be like that. So let's start right there. And I do want some of that to show. Right there. It doesn't need to be a lot showing. And we can always trim it down some more. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay. Kinda you could, huh? I'm going to slice it the long way first because that will save as much paper as possible. And second cut goes right there. Let's see how we did. Oh goodness. But I'm going to put a pocket on down here. So let me fold that in. Okay. Now yesterday I was using the Distressing Ink Speckled Egg. So I want to continue with that. I'm going to speckled egg right here. Because I did not speckle egg my flap yesterday. That's just going to darken this up a little bit, really, not a lot. And I do have some speckled egg showing on this side. Just speckle egg around the edge. One has speckled egg. I must have just forgot that one over there. I know I forgot this. Oh boy, I do like that color. That is pretty, 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 pretty. Very pretty. Okay. Back to the inside. Speckled egg around this edge. You do not have to ink. It's just something I kind of like. I don't know why. I do like that it covers this white piece showing through the core of the paper. This one looks like the colors go through, but it still is a darker white than the rest of the paper. Well, I don't know. I like the little awesomeness that it throws onto the edge of the paper. So, that's just the way it is. Upside down, right side up. Okay. With this one, we gotta make sure that we have a little showing over here, but no more than that. And then that actually shoves it over too far. So I do need to cut this down just slightly. About a speckled egg's worth of ink. Yep, that's what it was, a speckled egg's worth of ink. Wow, you know what? I only have 10 minutes left. out of my 55 minutes that I allotted myself. Somebody is ripping us off on our time. No, I know they're not, really. Okay, there's the word of and be. So we're going in the right direction now. Ugh. Glue, glue, glue. There it is. Now, if it would just continue to come out good like that, but it doesn't. You see what happens? Because it has a little glue ball in there. A little teeny tiny one. It's holding things up. I'm going to squeeze you out of there. There you go. We got him. Ha! Come out of hiding, you little thing. You... Ta-da! Okay, I'm going to start at the bottom because I want to cover that little piece right there. And there we go. So that should be even. Now this art glitter glue, that's the bottle I've had ever since I first started using art glitter glue. It's not, I mean, it has new glue in it, but I just keep putting it in the same bottle. I don't know what I was going to tell you about it. Oh, it is supposed to glue to fabric, and it seems to be adhering fine. But if it doesn't, then you take that little nib that's on the end there and stick it right under the paper. Squish it along there, and that'll glue it down. Oh, that is pretty, isn't it? Beautiful. We need something there. Now, we do have, like I said, a bunch of these things. We might have a little pocket there and not even realize it. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. That would make a very nice pocket right there if I cut it down. So there's that one. That's a circle that I didn't know if I would use. A kiss to build a dream on. Greetings, I don't really need that. But I do like the rose there. Oh, that's pretty. That would make a very nice pocket. I don't think I need the greeting. I think what I'll do, I know it's shameful, but I still revert back to my mini album days. But I like my mini album days. Mini albums are cool. And I'll definitely go back to making them. I'll still make some. I'd like to make them. I just think they're really cool. Should use this fatter end. It won't tear through the paper like that one did. Don't like that. Fat end. What this does for a pocket, whether it's here or there or anywhere, is it gives it a little more space. However, if it tears, you kind of got a problem there. And that's the thing about just the designer papers, is they're not as thick as the heavy-duty cardstocks. Okay, so I'm going to figure out where that's at. Right about there. Oops, use the fat end so you don't tear your paper. And we're going to cut that off. Sorry, greeting. Going to angle cut here. I'm going to angle cut over here. That's a big angle. I got a little tag under there. Don't have to save that little piece, but I might save that. That could save us for something. I don't know what, but okay, I've got that little tiny thing hanging out there. And I do have this little piece right here that I'm going to have to fix somehow. Now when you do a pocket like this, make sure you put these side flaps under this guy. So when you glue it down, you won't get caught up on this. Your papers will slide down between these pieces that are folded in first and will not catch up on that as much. Of course, it does help if you do your cuts quite right. Still using the speckled egg. Yes, I am. And I got to do something about that little nip that my bone folder tip put in it. And our bell is going to ring, which means we have exactly 5 minutes before we have an hour. So let's see. There. Think about that. Now we can think about it like this. Oh. I have it. By golly, I think she has it. Ta-da! That will fix it. Is this a little better piece because it's more frayed? By Joe, I think she's got it. Oh, sorry, Josephine. I wasn't by Joe and you, but by Joe, I sure love you, Niecy. Okay, there. That is going to fix this little tear that I caused in my fabric. So, I'm glad for that. Good thing you guys talked me into saving this piece of fabric. Because I almost tossed it thinking, oh, I don't need that. But you were right. Okay. Let's take that. Look at that. That's okay. That worked, didn't it? There we go. Okay, I like it. Now we don't have to worry about that tear in there. It won't tear any further now, or at least I don't think it will. I mean, it could. Let's put down our pocket. And then it will be time for me to say goodnight. But actually, I'm going to make another one right after this one, if I have time. Because I've got to get squared away again and get videos ahead, because this one's going to play tomorrow. I have to run out and load it up before I can start my next one. Okay, I want it in from the sides, and I'm going to bring it up from the bottom. It doesn't need to be all the way down to the bottom. And we have a pocket. Oh, look at that. That's so pretty. Now, before we say goodbye, that word's a little big. We don't need the greetings. We don't need a thank you. Those two are out. Ooh, this could be a good one. Be positive. I like that. Follow your dreams. That could be pretty there. I'm just trying to tie in that fabric a little bit more. What if we were to do something like that? I kind of like it. I don't know why, I just do. I just do kind of like it. Ink it up. Go with it. Follow your dreams, Angela. You can do this. Look at that. I kind of pulled it way in like it's dreamy. I like that. Whoops. I have to figure out where I need it, don't I? Okay. I kind of like that. We'll go with it because it's not coming up now. Right? So we're almost done. And there you have it. That's where we're going to leave off for now. I do think I should have gone back around that maybe with this brown to just kind of pop the edge a little more. But I think it's okay the way it is. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Stay tuned. We'll be back for more. But I am going to I have some little latches I can use on this. Is there a rule, Martha? Is there a rule that says I can't use an attachment? Because look what it's doing. It's my double hinge. I was trying to save it from becoming a disaster, and I made a disaster. We're going to fix it. It's going to have a little latch hook here and there. We can make that with a circle, or we can use a little piece of metal that I have. Now this looks uneven, but it actually is correct. It's just this is uneven. But the rest of it actually is even. Okay, well, don't use the double hinge on yours. Just put it on the outside. Don't bring it to the inside. I don't think you need it. They both, if I needed to, I should have put them both on the same side. That would have allowed this hinge to work a little better. Now, I do have an option to take a little tool and cut through there. And I may have to, but I don't know yet if I'm going to do that. You know, a seam ripper. Just have to run that down through there, and it would slice it. But I'd have to be very careful not to slice clear through. Then I'd have to start all over. I think I want, oh yeah, it feels a little better that way. Okay, I gotta let you go. I've got you past an hour. I am so sorry. I will talk to you tomorrow, and I hope you have a good evening, because it's evening here. And I'll be glad to see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.